What's up, everyone? It is 2025. If you are new here or if you grew here, my name is Keshante Chantel and welcome to my channel. So guys, I am here with a very interesting life update. It has been a very long time since I've done one, and I just want to share with you some very interesting stuff that is going on in my life right now. So I want to just kind of first start off by saying I hope everybody's new year is going good. Hopefully this new year brings you lots of love, peace, and prosperity, and I hope the same for me. But we're just gonna go ahead and jump into this life update. So if you grew here, then you probably have noticed my absence a little bit for the month of December. So if you're familiar with my channel, if you're familiar with me, then you know that December is forever going to be a very rough time in my life, just because it was the 1-year anniversary of my older sister's passing, and I just had to take some time off to process just kind of what I was feeling during that time and just to grieve. It has only been a year and I still haven't had a chance to just stop and process such a tremendous loss, especially in my family. And you know, me and my sister was like best friends, and so I'll never get used to her being gone. I don't even think it still has hit me yet. And they say that grief comes to you in different stages. I don't even know what stage of grief I'm on. I've always lived in survival mode, which most people typically are in survival mode. So, you know, it was the 1-year anniversary, and then it's right around Christmas time. So the holidays is just, you know, just like, it's not giving, especially for me. And then right after, a couple days after Christmas, a couple days after her passing was her birthday. So it's just, it was a lot for me, and I needed to step back from YouTube and not fully dedicate my time to it. As much as I love my channel, as much as I love my supporters, if I'm not happy, it shows on camera. Like it's just gonna translate to, this is not what I really want to do. And I am still trying to find that balance between putting my life on social media and being very personable and connecting to my audience. So that has, and I think will forever be, a struggle for me, because I've always been so introverted. But I am definitely, I've been taking the initiative to just kind of get out there more and just kind of put my heart online and just kind of see where it leads me. So again, December was definitely a month that I just kind of took some time off just to regroup. So this conversation is not misleading. My apartment building caught on fire, not necessarily my unit. Now, 2023, you guys already know, because I posted pretty much the video. I had actually caught my kitchen on fire, and that was during a time that I was just very distracted with things, couldn't think straight. My sister was going through cancer and chemo, and my mind was all over the place. So this ain't new to me. Okay. But what ended up happening was I was in the process of getting dressed for work, and I kept hearing this ringing noises in my ears. And I just was like, what is that? Because it was very faint. I didn't know what it was. And lo and behold, I started hearing sirens, and I'm like, what the hell? Because this apartment building, it's a unit that houses 12, it has 12 occupants. And so it's kind of close together. So sometimes when my neighbors are talking, I can hear conversations. So I knew the noise was coming from somewhere, but I wasn't sure. But then when I started to hear the sirens, I was like, okay, something's going on. So then I started hearing banging on the door, and I was like, what the hell? I just so happened, because I don't answer my door for nobody. Let's just get that out there, because I don't have too many visitors or any, if anything. And you know, it was the fire department. They had ladders, and you know, I'm gonna insert a picture. You can see the ladder and you can see the firemen outside. Pretty much the roof was on fire. When I looked outside, there was smoke coming from one of the units and coming from the roof. So I was like, okay, this is actually serious. So I instantly, you know, I called my job, let them know, hey, I'm not coming in. I've got an emergency at home. And then I started grabbing all my electronics and my photo albums, because the rest of this stuff in here, clothes and stuff, it can be replaced. Like, I'm not materialistic at all, but there are certain things like my camera equipment that I have worked very hard, and it would take me a while to get those things back. So my electronics and my photo album, which has like memories of everybody in my family. So I grabbed that, and I went and I stepped outside, and as you can see, this is the photo or video from what I was seeing. There was like 4 fire trucks, police everywhere, and I was just kind of trying to figure out what was going on. Now, one thing that I didn't want to do, this happened, you know, it's January, this happened in December, and I kind of didn't know if I wanted to put it online because this is somebody else's vulnerable moment. Their house burned down, and the young lady, I got to talk to her, and she just basically said that she had been going to our leasing office for a while and letting them know, like, whenever she cooked, her kitchen just got like really, really hot. Her stove got hot. The hot water heater or whatever was like right on the back side of it, and somehow it exploded. And so that is what she had to deal with. She grabbed her children, which was most important. She ran out of her house, called 911, and pretty much here we are. Now, the only thing that happened with my apartment as well as the other units was we had to let our windows ventilate. We had to keep them open so that, you know, any smoke or anything just would air out. And if we needed to have any clothing washed or anything like that, the apartment complex was definitely willing to do that. But the apartment complex that I live in is slack as hell. And when I say as hell, I mean it. Which goes back to, like, there's just a lot that has been going on with me personally. And I'm not a woe is me kind of person. I'm gonna always handle my business. Like I said, I've lived my life in survival mode. I don't know what comfortability feels like because I've never had the opportunity to just be. It has always been something going on that I just have to go through. Like, you have to go through it, you have to heal, and it makes you better and stronger and prepared for more situations. So back in September, I signed my lease. Now, if you guys have stuck with me through my YouTube journey, then you have pretty much seen my apartment for the last couple of years. I have lived in this apartment since 2012. That is a very long time, like almost 13 years maybe. And the rent, the housing here in South Carolina is very, for a single person, the rate of pay is not high. And you guys already know, if you live in an apartment, you got to make 3 times the actual rent to be able to rent a place. And to be able to afford to live in a nicer area with updated appliances, you're gonna pay anywhere from $1,300 to $1,400, if not more. And that is for a 1-bedroom. Now, granted, there's people all over the world who have decent paying jobs and the cost of living is higher, but the pay equates to that. So it just kind of makes up for it. But here in South Carolina, oh baby, we don't have that. We have by any means necessary. So again, like, I have lived in this apartment because for me, it was affordable. I had enough space. there's also another reason why I live in this apartment at the rate that I was paying. My rent was stabilized for about 5 years, and it was because when I first moved into this complex, I had an issue where the way they built the foundation, right? So every time it rained, my apartment flooded, and I was initially on the first floor. And when I had first moved in, all of my furniture was new. It was a long time ago, but I'm not saying the quality of the furniture that I had was like, oh my gosh, it was so amazing. Cause you know, like nowadays, anything that's made is made with cheaper materials. So the wood that I had, every time it got wet, it would start to swell and it would start to mold. So I was gonna sue my apartment complex. They ended up saying, hey, we don't want you to sue us. We want to make it right. So we will give you a 2-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom for the price of a 1-bedroom. We'll keep your rent the same. They did that for about 5 years, and then the company ended up getting bought out by somebody else. And because they got bought out, they did not have to honor that price. So then every time I renewed my lease, my rent went up. But because I was paying such a low rate, then it didn't make a big deal. Now fast forward to today. Back in September, I re-signed my lease, and they got a whole entire new management company in the office, and the company got bought out once again. But this time when it got bought out, I had my rent that I was paying. I knew my rent was going to go up anywhere from $50 to $100. It went up $100. I was like, you know what? It's still not bad. It's still affordable for me to be able to live here. And then September goes by. I'm paying this rent. My utilities was separate, but my utilities came from a company that my utilities sewer, water, trash, whatever, was $89. It's been that way for the last 6-7 years, the additional $89. That was fine. September, October, I paid what, you know, I re-signed at. Now here comes November. November, the day of Thanksgiving, I got a letter from my apartment complex, well, technically an email from my apartment complex saying, hey, just wanted to let you know your utilities is going up on December the 1st. During that time, it was only a couple days before December the 1st, and it said that my utilities was going up $150. Now that's a big jump from $89. And then you're not even giving me 30 days. So I'm like, okay, I'm already paying this month, which is now putting me at like $1,100 and something for rent. And I was like, okay, that is a bit much. I didn't agree to this. I don't know what's going on. I go in the office, nobody knows anything. Nobody has a number to give me where I can call corporate. Everybody that's in the office is just very dismissive. They don't care. And so I ended up contacting a lawyer trying to figure out, and he said that, you know, during the consultation, he didn't feel like the people in the office were paying themselves or doing anything illegal. So pretty much he's seen this before, like the utilities, once they switch, utilities can increase, and it is what it is. Now, I went ahead and I paid it. Of course, I argued the point, got no response from the office management. January rolls around, which is now January, and I get an updated utility increase. My rent has now gone up $400 because of the utility increase, and it just keeps going up and going up and going up, which is essentially I'm going to be homeless because I cannot afford to stay here. Like, I just, with, you know, car insurance, cell phone, other utilities, lights, blah, blah, blah. You guys get it. This is draining me. It is just, it's too much. I don't know what to do. I've just kind of exhausted all my resources. Again, you know, going to the office management, cussing them out is not going to do me a bit of good, because like we just going to go back and forth and I'm not going to get anywhere. And I have looked into other aspects. Of course, I could move out and go to another apartment complex, and I've asked about breaking my lease. It is going to cost me $3,000 plus to break my lease, and I just can't afford that right now. And so it is just, it's stressful. And again, there are other people who are going through just as worse. But you know, right now, this start of the year is just really, really hitting me hard financially. And I know better times are going to come. And I just got to get through it. Like I said, I've always lived my life in survival mode. And this is just kind of just one step back. And like, I can't afford to get an eviction on my credit. And you know, I can only lean on my family so much, you know what I'm saying, because they have their own bills and their own lives. Like my sister, she's getting ready to have a baby, so like I can't I can't rely on everybody every single month that this happens. But I don't know what to do. And so that has been my struggle. And you know, then I just got some really, really bad, heartbreaking news about one of my friend's mother. She's going through, you know, cancer right now, and it's not looking so good, but we're still prayerful and hopeful that things kind of take a turn. And it's sad because I went through this like a year ago with my sister, and my friend was there for me tooth and nail, and now she's going through it. And so I just want to say, like, if anybody is dealing with like hardship right now and they're going through it, just stay prayed up, because it will get better. And I don't have all the answers. All I can say is just lean on God and rely on Him as much as possible, because sometimes it takes a higher power to get you through some of the stuff that's going on. Like look at the fires in California right now. There are people who have lost everything, and I do mean everything. And so, you know, even though I'm going through a hard time right now, I'm very grateful that I have my health and I have my family. And even if I was to get evicted or lose all of this, material things can be replaced. But like taking care of myself and taking care of my family and just showing up for the ones that I love, just time in general. I have learned that with the loss of my sister, that time is very valuable and people is very valuable. You got to love on the ones that you love while they're here, and this other shit will work itself out. And my heart really does go out to like everyone in California who, I mean, if you're watching this and just so happen to be watching this, I mean, my heart goes out to you and your families. And it's a really sad time that people are going through. And like, it almost, I don't understand it, but like I said, it will get better. So, you know, that is my life update of what has been going on. I am going to try to kick out my content as much as possible, because I'm like very close to getting monetized and be able to make money off of my content. I'm like this close. And so hopefully that can make something shake and I can get out of this stupid ass lease. Because like for me to live where I live is very hood, and ain't nothing worth paying freaking $1,400 for. It's not. So that is my life update. That is what I've been going through. If you have made it this far and you've watched this video, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join my beautiful online family. And guys, I will see you in my next video. And I think the tone of the next video is definitely going to be a little bit different, because like, even though I'm going through it, I don't want to stay stuck in the same place. I don't want to be down and always coming online with problems. I'm very thankful for, you know, my supporters to give me a platform to be able to vent and be able to talk to you guys and share just kind of what I'm going through. So again, thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Peace.